In the kitchen this morning, a sweet treat for Valentine's Day, and we mean sweet.
Chef Becky says basically you need 3 main ingredients for this recipe.
Ooh.
You need chocolate, oh, what's that third one?
Wait a sec.
More chocolate.
Chocolate.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chef Becky. If you're a true chocoholic like me, this recipe is going to knock your socks off. Today I'm going to teach you how to make triple chocolate decadence brownies. So for our first step, I have 2 sticks of butter that I've cut into small pieces and 8 ounces of the best chocolate you can find, and I like chocolate decadence. I'm going to open up the chocolate bars. I wish you could smell this. So now I'm going to chop the chocolate bars into small pieces so it'll melt really easily and quickly with our butter in a double boiler. I think that's good enough. So here I have a large stainless steel bowl. Pour all of the chocolate into the bowl. Now we will add our 2 sticks of butter. So for melting chocolate, I recommend using a double boiler. You don't need to buy a special piece of equipment. You can just use a saucepan and a metal bowl that will be able to sit on top. So we're going to boil the water, and that will gently melt the chocolate and butter without risking burning the chocolate. So you might need to use a mitt for this step. So you just hold the bowl and using a silicone spatula, gently scrape the bottom. Doesn't that look good? So we're just melting the chocolate and butter together. That's all we're doing here. So this is ready. You can see that the chocolate and butter are smooth and melted nicely. So I'm going to take this off the double boiler and just set it aside while we work on the brownie batter. So now I'm going to add my 4 large eggs, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of dark brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of espresso powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And I recommend using a whisk for this recipe so we won't incorporate too much air in the batter. So our brownies will be nice and fudgy. The next step is to add the delicious chocolate that we melted with the butter. And now for the flour, I recommend a spatula because it gets a little stiff at this point. Now I'm adding 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and with all baking recipes, you need to scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl. Okay, this looks like it's well combined. What's the next best thing we could add to chocolate brownies? More chocolate? Here's 1/2 cup of milk chocolate wafers, 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and 1/2 cup of dark chocolate chips. So this looks like it's ready to pour into our pan. For this recipe, I like to use a 13x9 pan, and I'm going to line it with parchment paper. That'll make it really easy to just lift the brownies out of the pan when they're done. And I'm going to spray it with a tiny bit of nonstick spray so the brownies will release from the parchment. No one's looking. I'm just going to pull the sides of the parchment to the edge of the pan. And that's it, it's ready to bake. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and this will bake for 35 minutes. So now our brownies have been cooling on the counter for about 2 hours, and they're ready to just lift out of the pan. Look at that. So it's very easy to just peel the parchment paper off. You can use a sharp knife and cut them into bars. You can see the nice chocolate chunks and chocolate chips that we added in at the end. Just in time for Valentine's Day, today we learned how to make triple chocolate decadence brownies. It's my new favorite recipe, and I know you're going to love it.
All right,
oh my goodness.
We always talk about her recipes. And these two are like, are you gonna make us some brownies? Yeah. So I made her triple chocolate decadence brownies. So
all right, give it here, give it here.
Yeah. It just smells like chocolate out here.
Okay, Joel. Okay. It really does.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. You know how she said have the brownies cool for 2 hours? I don't know anyone who can let brownies cool for 2 hours.
I let them cool for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just excuse my full mouth.
Just so they don't burn your tongue. And then they go right in.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think? Good?
You have got to make these.
Here's what I'm
Very
saying about
delish.
this recipe. It's really rich, and so you put a nice glass of milk next to it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Very fudgy.
Very fudgy, right?
Great texture.
Yeah.
You don't even have to stop at one.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And you can garnish it with a Snickers bar and just
I have to take
put yourself in
another.
a coma if you want
may as
to.
well. It's Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah, the one
Everyone's
day when you can
celebrating.
have dessert first and not
Yeah.
feel bad.
There you go. For Chef Becky's recipe for triple chocolate decadence brownies or past recipes from News Source Today, you can head on over to kmtr.com. You'll find it under news links, and you'll also find Chef Becky on Facebook. How about I continue since
Please
your mouth
do.
is full?
Please
We're
do.
eating here. We're eating. Yeah.